Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Techpadi Africa's webinar on the Fourth World Revolution. Please, could you confirm if you can hear me?
Yes.
Oh, you can hear me. Perfect. All right. Once again, welcome everybody. My name is Techpadi, and I'm going to be the anchor for this program. And today we are going to be talking about the Fourth World Revolution, which includes topics related to the metaverse, NFTs, and Web3. This program is organized by Techpadi Africa to celebrate 2 years of awesome service, exposing the world to startups and interesting things about the internet and all that is profitable on it. We have our speakers lined up and they're ready to give you detailed information about all the topics that we have promised. First of all, what do we do at Techpadi Africa? Techpadi Africa is a leading platform where we expose the world to everything about startups, the tech world. We give you tech news, we give you tech gist. As your paddy now, we are your paddy when it comes to tech. So we deliver information regarding tech. By tech, I mean technology. So we give you detailed information about technology. We deliver information to your doorstep. We are live on the major social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. Talk about it, we are there. So you can as well follow us. We're going to be giving out our social media handles as time comes. Okay, so without keeping you waiting for long, I'm going to be introducing our speakers. We have Samson waiting. We have Samson, we have Oluwaseun, and we have Peter. So Samson is a software developer, is a content writer. Samson is a programmer, is a tech guru when it comes to writing programs and doing things, all those magical things around computer programs. So Samson is well versed in all of those things. So you can trust that Samson is going to deliver on his topic on, he's going to speak in on Web3, which is the next stage of the web. So he's going to be giving us awesome resources about that. Is vast in that area, and I can assure you that he's going to give you awesome resources. So we also have Fayinka Oluwaseun. Fayinka Oluwaseun is someone that you would like to listen to when it comes to crypto investments, when it comes to NFTs, data analysis is your go-to guy. So he is a wonderful speaker, he's an orator, is a phlebotomist. Yeah, I'm sure he's going to give us when it's time for him to speak. So Oluwaseun he has a really wonderful eye for spotting talents. Crypto, NFT, mention it, is your go-to guy. So he is going to be speaking on NFTs. He's going to be giving you wonderful information about NFTs and what you should expect in NFT. And our third speaker is Bamgbade Peter. So Peter is also called Eagle. So you might hear me refer to him as Eagle, and is a content developer and is a guru in blockchain technology. So he's going to be talking about the metaverse, which is one of Meta's, formerly known as Facebook, one of Meta's new brainchild. So he's going to be telling us what the metaverse is and how you can make very good profit off the metaverse. So those are our speakers for today. And like I said earlier, my name is Jide Taiwo, and I'm going to be the anchor for this program. Don't forget that if you have any complaints during the course of this program, you could always leave a message for us in the chat box so we can attend to them while the webinar goes on. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to be handing over to our first speaker in the person of Samson. So Samson, are you ready for us?
Yeah, thank you, Jide.
All right.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Samson, and I'm actually delighted to be speaking with everyone here. I'll be speaking about Web3. Web3, this our fourth World Revolution Tech webinar, Techpadi, that is organized by Techpadi. So please allow me to share my screen as I will be giving you some intro regarding Web3. So we might all have been coming across this Web3 here and there, Web3 here and there. So I'll be giving us an intro about Web3. So I'll be sharing my screen now. So can you see my screen, please? I believe everyone can see my screen.
Yes, your screen is visible.
Yeah, thank you. So I'll be talking about how to get started with Web3 in this webinar. So the first thing about just you have to know the person you have like is speaking to you. My name is Badewale Samson. I'm a technical writer at member Techpadi, Media Jam, and I write content articles for Ashnode too. Ashnode is a blogging platform and Till Feed. Then I mentor as well. Occasionally I mentor at mentor color. So what are we going to be enjoying in this talk? Yeah, I'm going to be talking about the evolution of web, what Web3 is, then Web2 versus Web3, the monetization and the security aspects, then how to get started with Web3, and how to build on Web3, and other resources that will be able to help us to transform into Web3 if you are interested and to have ideas about what we are talking about in general. So without delaying our time, I was talking about the evolution of the web. The evolution of the web. The earliest version of the internet was known as Web 1, web version of Web 1.0 version. And the majority of the participants of this were just the consumers, and the maker were the web developer that built the website with materials that are delivered in text and graphic format. That is mainly about Web 1. Then we have Web 2.0 version, which I believe majority of us here are very familiar with. Which is the current one that we are all familiar with. That is Web 2 version. It's also known as our interactive and social web. We are all familiar with Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. They are all examples of Web 2. So those are Web 2 version of our app. Then Web 3. What exactly is Web 3? What is Web 3? We've known what Web 1 and Web 2 are. So let's move to what Web 3 is. Web 3 is an idea for a new version of the World Wide Web that is based on blockchain technology. So they are incorporated with like decentralization and token-based economy. That is they are run mainly on blockchain and they are decentralized, unlike the Web2, which are centralized. So, a common example of our Web3, they are our dApps, DeFi, and NFTs, which I believe the other speaker will be talking about as well. Sorry. So we have some attributes in Web3 as well. We have some attributes that if you call yourself a Web3 person, like you should know about. There are quite a lot of them, but I'm going to just mention a few of them. Web3, it is a verifiable. It can be verified by the owner. Web3 is self-governing, like it's not under a particular organization or under any server. They are on their own. Web3 is permissionless, and it is also distributed and robust. Web3, they are very stateful. Like it's not like something that they are stateful. Like they have how they are actually built on. Web3 is also a native built-in payment. So I'll be showing you example of Web3, but well, later in this talk, just know that they have their own native built-in payments in form of token and coin, and maybe some other things using NFTs and the likes. We have some terminologies in Web3 as well. We have some terminologies in Web3 that if you should want to get into Web3, you have to be familiar with them, that you actually come across more often. We have airdrop. Airdrop, I remember like 3 years ago when I started like developing interest in this whole Web3, I started with airdrop. So what is airdrop exactly? Airdrop is a marketing strategy that some crypto projects, they send their native tokens directly to their user wallet. So in order to enhance adoption and awareness. So we have blockchain as well. What is blockchain? So blockchain is just like a accessible digital ledger that is used to store and transfer information without the need of central authorization. Like our bank app, we have our ledger for our transaction. So that's where they store our all the transfer that information that is made in our bank statement. They store it inside that ledger. So we have this bond too. We have bond. Bond is a process of removing some token from our cryptocurrency circulation. So it is done by just sending them to some inaccessible wallet address. We have centralized exchange. So a cryptocurrency exchange is managed by a centralized business or entity. We have the likes of Coinbase, we have blockchain.com and the like. We have something we call cryptocurrency. We all I believe at this moment, we all are familiar with cryptocurrencies. What is cryptocurrency? They are just digital assets that are designed to be used as a medium of exchange. So we have something we call consensus. This is a state of agreement among the nodes on the blockchain, like among the networker. So reaching consensus is necessary for new transaction to be verified and new block to be added to the blockchain. So that's also a term that is very, very, very common in our Web3 version as well. We have something we call DAO, decentralized autonomous organization. So those are organizations based on open source code, and they are governed by its user. That is, the user determine how they want to use those open source codes. We have dApp too, which is called decentralized app, or like the one we are very, very used to, which is centralized application. So a decentralized application is built on open source code they lives on. They are always lives on our blockchain. You know what blockchain is? It's a technology like a computer server. So our dApp they exist independently. So the user they maintain their rewarded token. So using our dApp. So we have DeFi, decentralized finance, and we have DEX. We also have ARC20 and ARC71. So ARC20 is just like their Ethereum token standard. That is, they are providing the standardized smart contract structure for our fungible and non-fungible tokens, our NFTs. So, you know, we have had people are making money from the web in our Web2, because our Web3 also have the way we can make money from it. And we are actually after security in our business as well. So I call it business because we have something on the internet. We actually want to make money from it on the long run. So security is actually paramount when it comes to both Web3, but they have their own like different way of maintaining those structure. So I will just give like 2 or 3 instances. Like for our Web2, the one we are actually familiar with, we have our payment service. So like our banks or our government policy, they might actually decide to allow payment of certain types, like to some extent. Some organization might say they want to pay like through bank transfer or through our ATM card, our debit card. So, and there are some government policy that actually limited our Web2 from making some certain transaction, maybe international payments. So yeah, so that is one of should I effect or disadvantage of Web2. But Web3 payment, they do not require request for your personal information, and they do not block payments. They do not block payments in as much as you are connected to connected to your wallet address. So Web2 as well, they have servers for gig economic app that could go down, and that could actually affect worker income. So, you know, if you are hosting your app on a particular server, maybe on AWS, like they might have some breakdown, and it's going to affect the owner's income. Web3 doesn't like they don't go down because the backend is mostly Ethereum, which is a decentralized network that have thousands of machines embedded with it. So any account can be consensus or blocked on social media platform in our Web2 version. That is, your account can be blocked maybe through your social media app, like people hacking each or like hacking users and accounts. So in Web3, our account cannot be consensus and it cannot be blocked because the control is decentralized. No one has access to our our account except we actually share it for others to have access to it. Then the next one is how to get started with Web3. That is the most interesting part so far because we all like I like developer and non-developer, like non-technical person, they have been hearing about this Web3 and they want to get started. How do we get started? Actually, everything is mostly online. There are a lot of resources on the internet. There are some links there are some YouTube videos. We have learn the fundamental of blockchain development technology. There are some articles that will like give us the introductory aspects of the Web3 version of the web. So we have creating Zombie. We have create Zombie. That's a great way to learn about Solidity. And what is Solidity? It's just our is a way is a code like a programming language to write our smart contract, our Web3 our Web3 product to write it for our web to understand it. So we can try to and learn Web3.js on an ether.js to connect our dApp. So we can join communities, where we have a lot of people. We have like that. We have quite different knowledge there. So there are a lot of communities that we can join. You can join. They are actually open source. So then next thing is to create portfolio and build projects. Build, build, and build. That is how to get started in Web3. Then how do I build on Web3? How do I build on Web3? Just start with the basics. Start with web development. Learn your programming language of your choice, maybe JavaScript, Python, Java, C Sharp. Just start with basics, because Web3, they actually build on Web2. So just start with the basics. Though we've been hearing of Web5 version, but it's not actually stable at the moment. It's still under development. So then we have a lot of resources. We have roadmap for on the internet, how to break into Ethereum, which is the back end of our blockchain, like our Web3, and how to become a Web3 developer. You can surf through internet, search for dApp University. They have quite a lot of resources on how to get started with our Web3 journey. Then we have some glossary that we should be familiar with, which I mentioned few of them recently. Then I think if we are able to actually do all these things, we should have our way on Web3. Then thank you everyone. Thank you for listening to my talk on Web3. So if you should want to get more in touch with me, if you have any question, you can reach me on Twitter, BigSam26, and my GitHub account too, just as Today Samson 26 on the LinkedIn, Today Samson. And I do write a lot of Web3 article on Ashnode as well. So ashnode.com/@TodaySamson26. So thank you everyone for listening. So before I go, I'll show you example of Web3, how it goes. So we have this is an example of a dApp, a dApp project. So instead of like if I should want to perform any transaction here, instead of me putting my bank details or doing transfer, I'll just connect my wallet. Our wallet is like where we have our cryptocurrency, this thing, tokens. So I'll just connect it. Then if I should want to use MetaMask, wallet, Connect, and Coinbase. Yeah, so I'm just going to buy anything I want to buy on the web, just connecting. In as much as I have some, like if I have the required balance to get this product I want to get, I'll just connect to my MetaMask. There's no need of putting my personal information there. Just to connect. So we have Ethereum, we have Polygon, and we have BNB. Those are our blockchain technologies that they are like the popular ones. So we have NFTs too. So and the next speaker is going to speak about NFT. That is where people sell like their hats, like digital assets, and for some tokens and the likes. So without nothing else to add. So I believe everyone has been able to get one or two things on Web3. So I'll be handing over back to Jide. So thank you everyone. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Samson. Thank you for the presentation. I got a lot of things that I could say are noteworthy, yes, from your presentation, and I believe our listeners also were able to pick a couple of things from your wonderful presentation. Thank you once again, Samson. So there we have Samson speaking on Web3 for the past 20 minutes, thereabout. And he has been able to give us a hint into what Web3 is and how we could get on the train. Also, how you could make profit from Web3. But that is not all the package we have. We still have a wonderful performance, a wonderful presentation coming from Oluwaseun in a minute. But before then, Samson, I have a tiny little question that I need to ask you. If you'd answer, you mentioned the need to get to know some programming languages. You mentioned Python, you mentioned the HTML and all the likes. Is it like necessary? Is it very important, or how important is it to know how to write codes before one can get on Web3? Or do I need to know how to write codes before I could make something or make deal with Web3?
Oh, is technically you don't have to. You don't have to. You can actually explore some other part of Web3. Like I said, NFTs is actually part of Web3 as well. So people actually sell the means there. Like the next speaker is going to talk about that. So you can actually get your product. Like you want to get something that you don't want to be putting your bank details inside. So when Web3 make that possible, just you have some token or some coin, cryptocurrency coin in your wallet, then you get that. In that way, you actually like you are doing something that is actually regarding to Web3 as well, right? So that is another part. So, but if you should like to develop some amazing app too that people can actually come, you want to make money from it, not like you want to buy, you want to sell. So that is when you have to build product with some programming language. Programming language is something that our computer can understand and actually transform it to use that to understand. So you don't necessarily have to be a developer before you can actually get into Web3. You can start selling your digital assets as an NFT token, NFTs, others like that.
All right. Thank you, Samson. I'm seeing Teslim Mutio his hand up. If you have a question, I'm guessing you have a question you want to ask. Yes, could you put a question in the chat box so we could attend to all questions in the question and answer section of the program? Could you please do that? And to everybody else that might have one question or the other, could you put them in the chat section of the the chat box. There's a chat box where you can put your questions. So we're going to treat all the questions without delaying the next speaker. Okay, thank you. And yes, if you are having technical issues to something that you want to correct, perhaps you're not hearing a speaker well or something like that, you could also put it in the chat box, and we are going to attend to that. Yes, thank you. So moving on, let's yes, before we move on, let me use this opportunity to appreciate the team of Techpadi Africa that have made this possible. We're going to introduce them all one after the other before the end of the program. So our boss is listening, and so basically our team, we are listening. And also, if you have people that are unable to join this meeting now, you can also watch our live stream on YouTube. The link will be in the chat box, so check that for the link so you can share it to other people that you know would benefit from this information that is going out. Also, you can also rewatch the old events from the live stream on YouTube. Okay, so Oluwaseun, I hope you're ready for us. Oluwaseun, are you there?
Yes, so I'm here. Please give me like 2 minutes.
Okay, awesome. Okay,
All right.
while we are waiting for Oluwaseun to be done, Teslim Mutiulai, I hope I pronounce your name correctly. Could you, yes, go ahead with your question, please? Please, you can unmute your mic now and ask your question.
Oh, okay. I would like to thank Mr. Samson for the wonderful presentation. My question goes like this: as a developer, let's assume I have an idea of creating my own coin. Like, I also want to create my own coin, like all those Ethereum, Bitcoin, all those stuff. Me too, I want to create my own. Like, how do I start, and what are the technologies I will be needed to learn to have the experience on before I will be able to create something like that? That's my question. Thank you.
Okay, Samson.
Okay, like I think I get the question. So,
Awesome.
as a developer, so in order to communicate with our, like, to write in our smart contract, we need to have some, like, we need to have some knowledge about some programming languages, and to write a your own coin. So you have to be I am like you have to be familiar with some programming language like Solidity. Yeah, Solidity. Solidity is very common. Solidity is used like is an object-oriented programming language. So once you have idea with maybe C sharp, you have idea with JavaScript, then picking up Solidity is very easier. So you'll be able to write a, a smart contract that will actually get to write your it communicates like it's like communicating with the Ethereum. So your coin will be communicating with the Ethereum, and that is how you have to get started. So you have to get started. You have to be familiar with writing Solidity. We have Web3 as well, Web3.js. We have Ether.js. Those are like those two programming language I mentioned. They are used to like they communicate with our Ethereum blockchain. So, and they are written in form of Solidity as well. So you have to be very familiar with Solidity, Web3.js, Ether.js. So those are the technology you have to be familiar with to know as a developer.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Did I answer your question?
Thank you. Teslim, I hope that answers your question.
Yes.
Okay, so we have another question in the chat box. Sir Alwell is asking, how will a search engine on Web3 look like? He's asking how a search box on Web3 would look like. Samson, did you get that? How will a search engine on Web3 look like?
I was speaking, I forgot to actually mute myself before. So we are all familiar like with the introduction. I mentioned that Web3 is more of decentralized. So we have our centralized, like our Google accounts. Our Google is a centralized site. So something like search engine is actually possible with Web3 as well. So how is that like? It looks like links to content they are organized in the knowledge graph. So in which a peer participant they exchange information without being tied to centralized node. So independently. So you're able to like peer like exchange of information. So without being tied to our this thing our centralized this one like using Google and the like.
Okay. Alwell, I hope that answered your question. Or would you like to? Oh, you're good with that?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay, absolutely.
So if you are ready.
Okay, so Oluwaseun is ready for us. So yes, our next speaker is Fayinka Oluwaseun, and is going to be giving us a quite broad talk about NFTs. I believe you must have been hearing about NFTs around, hearing this and that, how people make money from NFTs. So Oluwaseun is going to tell us everything about it. So Oluwaseun, take from there.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. It's my pleasure to be here. I'm currently at work, as I am kind of all over the place. Sorry about that. Thank you so much, Samson, for the wonderful presentation. And thank you, Techpadi, for this wonderful initiative, because I know that most of us in Africa, generally, we are looking for one way or the other to make money. And there is nothing we can do about it. We just need to make the money. So to keep it short, I'll be talking about NFTs. I'll start my video so that I can see my face, so that it won't just be my voice, to be kind of interesting if you guys can see my face. I don't know if that is fine. Jide, is that fine?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, all right. Okay, so, like I said, I'm at work. So we're talking about NFTs. Let's remove the S first. Let's say NFT. What does NFT mean? I know so many people, when it comes to crypto generally, the terms kind of put people off. When you start mentioning wallets, when you start mentioning DAO, when you start mentioning all those things, it puts people off, and they will think it is one big concept to grab. But it is not so. It just takes dedication, and if you really want to know about it, you will know about it. It's very easy. So NFT means non-fungible token. So the token could be tokens, so that's why sometimes they put S, non-fungible tokens. So generally they are tokens. I'm sure most of us are already familiar with what coins are, but may not know what tokens are. So I don't know if there is anybody on this call that could just quickly give me the difference between a token and a coin. If there's anybody, just quickly raise up your hand, and I want this to be very interactive so that it won't get boring, as I'm not sharing any slides. Just quickly raise up your hand. Just tell me the difference between a coin and a token. Is there any hand up? Okay, no hands. So I'm assuming we all don't know what the difference is. Okay, so a coin, basically, we are familiar with Bitcoin. I'm sure most of us have read about Bitcoin, so we know what Bitcoin is. So Bitcoin is assigned a value. Let's say I have $100 Bitcoin now. So the value is universal. $100 Bitcoin in Lagos right now is the same $100 Bitcoin in any other part of the world. So that's just what coin is. Apart from Bitcoin, we all know Ethereum, we know Solana. So token, on the other hand, it is assigned a value by the particular organization. Let's say Techpadi wants to come up with a token, and the token, they're assigning a value of $5 to the token. So that is just so peculiar to Techpadi. So that's just difference between the two. So we've explained what token is. So let's talk about what non-fungible means. Fungible means something that can be interchangeable, something that can be broken down, something that the value can be broken down. Yes, I'll get back to you, sorry about that. Something that can be broken down, that is what fungible means. But for non-fungible, it means something that is not interchangeable, something that cannot be broken down. That is the full meaning of NFT, non-fungible token. It means a token that cannot be broken down. Why can't it be broken down? Let's give an example of a fungible token. The fungible token is, let's say our Naira, our popular Naira. It is a fungible token because it is something that can be broken down. Let's say you borrow your friend now 1,000 naira and he wants to pay you back the loan, and he decides to pay it in bits. Like he broke the 1,000 naira down, he gave you 500 naira. He has broken it down, although it is the same value, but it has broken it down. Let's say Bitcoin now. Bitcoin, maybe you don't want to buy one Bitcoin is about 20 something thousand dollars right now. If you want to buy, you can't buy, it's not necessary for you to buy that one Bitcoin. You can break it down. You can buy $10 Bitcoin, you can buy $100 Bitcoin, depending on your pockets. So Bitcoin is fungible because it can be broken down. But NFT is unique, it is rare, it cannot be broken down. If you own a particular NFT, you are the sole owner of that NFT in the whole world. So that is the beauty of NFTs. So from the technicalities, we're talking about NFTs now. I've explained fungible and I've explained non-fungible. So how do people make money from NFTs? Because it's not just about knowing about the technology, knowing about how it cannot be broken down. How can I make money from this thing? So many people know NFT to be just art, digital art. Okay, people take pictures and put it online and they sell it. Okay, that is right to an extent, but it is not limited to just art alone. In general, it is a digital asset. It can be in the form of art. It can be in the form of media too, like videos, audios. It can even be in the form of a tweet, a text. Jack Dorsey, former CEO of Twitter, his first tweet about NFT, I think that was some years back. He sold it for $2.9 million. So that is how crazy it is, because the person that is buying it is the sole owner of that NFT in the whole world. If he decides to sell it tomorrow now, it is any price that is set on it that I will sell it. Let me quickly share my screen so that I will show you the NFT. Hold on, please. Sorry, please. It's upon that Chrome. Sorry, trying to get this thing to move. Can I move this thing down? Chrome wants to fuck up. Let's continue. Sorry. So as I was saying, how can you make money from NFTs? How do people make money from NFT? You're a creator, you're a photographer, you're a content creator. How do you think you can market your content? How do you think you can make money off NFTs? So the simple thing is, so many people are building on Web3, and the success of Web3 is what brought about NFTs. Without Web3, there won't be NFT. Like my first speaker stated, people are building on Web3 and NFTs as a result of Web3. So how can you get your own project on Web3? It is very easy. Well, not so easy. We have web developers, like you mentioned, that are building with the help of the programming language Solidity. So if you want to have your own projects, NFT projects on Web3, you get a developer. The developer helps you build your website on Web3, helps you undo some of the technical, helps you undo your Discord. So And if you want your project to be very hyped, you could hire a marketing team, hire a content writer like Samson, or also a Web3 writer that would help you shield your project to so many newbies. Okay, let me give a practical example now. Let's say I've been using Techpadi because I know Techpadi would they would most likely come up with amazing things in the nearest future. So let's say they want to build on Web3 now, they want to release their own NFT project. So in the space of doing that, they decided to open a Twitter account and an Instagram account just to promote the project. While doing that, maybe let's say they want to release an NFT of about 1,000 collection, because in NFT it's not just, it doesn't have to be just one collectible. It could be a collection of maybe let's say 5,000 unique products or 6,000 unique products. So in the case of this explanation now, let's say they want to release just 1,000, they've been able to amass followers on Twitter, maybe 10,000 followers on Twitter, Instagram, maybe let's say 10,000 too, for just 1,000 NFTs that they want to bring out. You can see that the demand is already higher than the supply. So that automatically increases the success of such a project. So after setting up the Twitter, they set up a Discord. There is something called Discord. It's like WhatsApp, but it is I feel it is better than WhatsApp because it can take a lot of members, thousands of members. So they set up a Discord where they have the group to talk about the project, where they can engage the community. So this also increases the hype and everything of the project. So after they've gained so many hypes and they've been able to, because we have NFT influencers too, they've been able to reach out to them to tell them about the project, and the NFT projects, NFT influencers too have hyped the project to their members or to their followers. So the hype is there, the demand is high. It is very likely that the project will do well. Then when they finally decide to launch the project, they set a buy price. In NFC, the term they use for it is called mint price. Mint price is the price that they set. Okay, let's say they want to, like I said, 1,000 NFTs now. For each of the NFT, they decide to set the price at $10. They set the price at $10. Okay, people are aware that okay, the price is at $10 with so percentage in royalties, that depending on the theme. So now they set a mint day, the day they will be launching it. In the space of all this, there is another word in NFT space that so many people, I'm sure from today, if anybody wants to go into NFT, the first time that you'll be familiar with is whitelist. And why is whitelist popular? Whitelist is popular because it is what guarantees you that you're buying a project. Okay, how do projects set these whitelists? They set this whitelist by giving, I said earlier that they set up Discord where they engage the community. So in the channel there, they will state their criteria to give some of the members whitelists. Let's say they want to, okay, like I said, they want to release 1,000 NFT products and they set their whitelist to be 100. That is, they are giving 100 people guaranteed assurance that they will be able to buy these products. You know, the demand is higher than the supply, and it is very sure that it is not everybody, even though you have the money to buy, it's not everybody that will have the chance to buy because the demand, we already have 30,000 followers trying to buy 1,000 NFTs. So now, as I was saying, so the whitelist will guarantee you that you're buying it. So when they send the mint day, the whitelist will be the first set of people they will grant access to buy, sometimes at a discounted rate too. They buy, as I was saying, the web developers, they create the website where they'll be able to buy the products from. And when you get to the website, you're connecting your wallet. That is why it is very important to have crypto, like the basic crypto knowledge before going to NFTs, so that you understand the concept of wallets. Like I stated earlier, you understand some technical stuff so that it will help you in your NFT journey. So when you connect your wallet, you mint the product that you just bought will go straight to your wallet. It will go to your wallet, and after buying it, you can't just keep it in your wallet. We have popular market place whereby you've bought a product, then you need to sell it. You need to sell it so that you need to advertise it to where people will be able to buy it from. So this is a popular please, can you guys see my screen?
Yes, your screen is visible.
Okay. So this is a very popular marketplace where you can advertise the products that I just bought. You can see Body APR Club. I know some of us will be familiar with this because it is quite popular because of the revenue it has generated for the people that bought it when it launched last year. It launched for about let's say $200. But now, even because we are in the bear market, even as we are in the bear market, the floor price right now is 72 Ethereum. Ethereum should be about $1,005. So times 72, that's the revenue, that's the profit that this particular project has generated for. We have some celebrities that are holding these projects. We have people like Serena Williams, Neymar has one too, Depay has one too. Imagine you bought this for $200 and you are in thousands of dollars less than 1 year later. So that is the revenue part of NFTs. And also, apart from this marketplace, it was specifically for Ethereum projects, because people can build on Ethereum chain or Solana chain or near chain, depending on what you want for your project. So this was for Ethereum, but now it recently adopted Solana. So you can see Solana projects on, let's check a popular Solana project too. Okay, BS, this is a Solana project. As you will see the price now. Okay, you can see the price now is in Solana, 102 Sol, instead of the Ethereum that we checked earlier. So now I'm sure some of us will be asking ourselves, what's so special about this picture that I can just right click and save image? What's so special about it? What's the difference between saving this image and see the image is here, I have it, I own it. But as I have this image now, if I save it, it will be in my media. Does it mean I own this particular NFT? No, it doesn't. It doesn't, because this is just a graphical representation of this particular project. The main thing is in the blockchain. The address linked to this picture that we're seeing. That is, if I decide to buy now, they will tell me to connect my wallet, like Samson mentioned earlier. I don't need to set up my profile. I don't need to start putting my home address. You know, if you want to buy anything online, they will start telling you to put your home address, put your PO box, and all those things. That is the beauty of Web3. They don't need all those details. They don't need you to connect your wallet. Once I connect my wallet, I buy. This is the price, $2,007. Once I buy, this picture I'm seeing and the address written on the blockchain of this particular product will move from this person's wallet to my own wallet automatically, because the person that listed it for sale at this amount, it will move to it automatically. we can even check how this project has moved from. Oh, the network is bad. How we would have seen the growth of this project. This project launched for about, I think, 87,000 naira. Yes, like maybe like 2 or 3 months ago, just 87,000 naira, and it is $2,007. Although when you hear stories like this, you'll be like, so this is how sweet it is. But then there is, I don't want to discourage anybody. NFTs is sweet, and once you are determined to make money off it, you will. But then it is not so easy. Like I mentioned earlier, the whitelist. To get whitelist is not easy for some of the hyped projects, because some of the requirements will involve you chatting in that Discord I mentioned, chatting from level 1 to maybe level 15, depending on the hype of the project. There is a project meeting now, Bubble Goose. I was not able to get on the whitelist. I paid somebody to help me chat on the Discord. The person chatted up to 5,000 messages, and I didn't still get the whitelist. So that's how crazy it is sometimes. So, but then you just need one project. Imagine this project you bought with 7,000, and you have this kind of capital to invest in another project again. So that is how it goes. That is how it goes. So I think I've been able to cover the aspects. Are you there?
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay, please. I don't know if there are any questions.
Okay, I'm seeing a question in the chat box.
Okay.
It says, as a graphic designer, I've already uploaded some of my art to OpenSea, and I'm able to link my MetaMask wallet to it, but I'm still unable to sell them. My question is, how will I fund my wallet and sell my products?
Okay. On OpenSea is quite expensive, because you need, before you list, for a first-time user, before you list any of your item, you need to pay like $200. It used to be cheaper, but then it's more expensive now. So the person needs to fund the MetaMask wallet. Maybe you buy from a third party. You can buy from Binance. You can buy Ethereum. You can buy Ethereum, and you send from your Binance to your MetaMask. So that will help you. You need to pay OpenSea for you to list your item for the first timer. So after that, you don't need to pay as much again. So I can see another question here. How do we get latest info about a good NFC project? Okay, so NFC warehouse, undisputed social media platform for NFTs right now is Twitter. Twitter is where most, when I was citing the example of Techpadi, I said they opened a Twitter account. So if you want to get any good projects early, it's not even about getting good projects. You can get good projects, but you need to get them early enough when they still have less followers. You know, the lesser the numbers, then the higher you'll be able to get on the project. You'll be able to get on the whitelist. So you need to be very active on Twitter, and you follow the right people. I'll put my Twitter out now. I'm typing it right now. So you can just follow me on Twitter. So.
All right, thank you, Oluwaseun. Thank you for answering the questions. Now, I would like everybody to note that we are still going to have a question and answer session after the third presentation. We have our third speaker ready to present. So he's going to be kicking it in a couple of minutes. Yes, Peter is on the standby. So Oluwaseun, I wouldn't know if there's other thing you need to add before we move on to the next speaker.
Nothing really, but I'm still online, so I'll just try to tidy up from here. So if there is anything, I would reach out for sure.
All right, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you so much. So we still have some questions coming in. So we're going to reach out to you in the Q&A session so you could attend to those questions pertaining to your field.
All right,
Okay.
no problem.
All right. Thank you. So everyone, that was Fayinka Oluwaseun speaking on NFTs and the nitty-gritty of the non-fungible tokens. So we're going to have a Q&A after the third speaker. Our third speaker is already on the standby waiting. Peter, are you there?
Yes. Good morning, everybody.
So Peter is going to take it from here. Thank you, Peter.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, while we're waiting for Peter, Peter will be talking on the metaverse. And yeah, you must have been hearing about the metaverse. So he's going to tell us everything we need to know about the metaverse. So Peter is getting ready for us. And well, I personally am excited to hear about the metaverse because it's one thing that is everywhere. Yes, alongside NFTs and Web3, metaverse is everywhere. Everybody's talking about metaverse. So let's see what metaverse is about. Peter, are we good to go?
Yes, we are. Can everyone hear me clearly?
Well, I can hear you. I believe everyone
I can hear you too.
All right, awesome. Good morning, everyone. It's a great privilege to be here to talk with you guys. And I want to thank the host of this meeting, Jide Taiwo, for this great opportunity. Thank you very much. So in the next few minutes, I'll be talking about the metaverse and all the basic things that you need to know to find your way for a start in the metaverse. The metaverse is a relatively new technology, not too new, but it's just that the hype has only blown up of recent, and it keeps expanding. So what we are going to be touching in the next few minutes would just be enough for you to have a head start in the metaverse. My name is Peter. I've been in the crypto space for a little bit over 2 years now. And one thing I've discovered about the crypto space is that it is not restricted to trading. Okay. You know, when you talk about crypto to anybody out there, the first thing that comes to their mind is buying and selling cryptocurrencies. But the crypto space is way beyond that. And I'm very glad that this this webinar today is actually talking about aspects of the crypto space that is not about trading. So we just talked about the NFTs in the last session, and now we are going to be talking about the metaverse. All right. So what is the metaverse? The metaverse is basically a version of the internet that you are not just looking at. For example, when you want to browse on Google, when you want to search something on Google, you need to open your browser, type in some words, your keywords that you want to know about, and input it into the search engine. And then Google is going to bring results to you. Now, the structure of the internet that we have at the moment is such that you can only see what you are doing. You cannot feel, you cannot experience. All right. So even when you go on YouTube for tutorials, for example, you can only see what they are telling you. You cannot experience it firsthand. This is one thing that the metaverse aims to improve on, such that you can not only see the internet, you can actually enter into the internet and experience the internet. So the metaverse is not the internet that you are looking at, it is the internet that you are inside. All right. Now, also the metaverse is a virtual representation of what the real world looks like. So when you are in the metaverse, you can actually see buildings, rivers, roads, cars, other participants in the metaverse, right? So you are not the only one. You can see other guys that are in the metaverse, in that metaverse that you are in, because like I'll be showing us as we move further, there is not just one metaverse. We have different metaverses, all right? So the advantage of the metaverse is that you cannot just see other users, you can also interact with them. You can have a live chat with them. Now, take for example, we are on Zoom right now, right? The best we can go is to see each other's video presentations, right? And if your video is not on and you have an avatar on your profile, we can only see your avatar, right? We cannot touch each other. We cannot play games together, right? I can only see your video from the other side. You can only see me from this side. But in the metaverse, we have the opportunity of being together virtually. So for example, right now, I'm sitting at the table, but you can only see what my camera shows you. You cannot see the other side of this table. But in the metaverse, if every one of us are sitting around this table, everybody will be able to see every other person. All right, you can see every other person. The actions I'm making with my hands, the gesticulations I'm making with my hands, you cannot just see through the camera. You can actually touch my hand virtually through my avatar, because we are in the same space. All right, we are in the same space on the internet. Now, for you to access the metaverse firsthand, you need what is called the virtual reality glasses. So these virtual reality glasses is not just, okay, some of us might have seen it maybe when we went to recreation centers to have some fun. Those glasses that they put on people's faces and then they play scary scenes for them. And you see videos online of ladies screaming their heads off. Yeah, those glasses are what virtual reality glasses look like. Although there have been improvements such that you do not only have the glasses to help your eyes, you also have tools that can help to mimic your movements. All right, tools that can mimic your movement in the metaverse. So you can wave, you can give someone an high five in the metaverse. You can handle objects in the metaverse. All right. So what's the history of the metaverse? The first time we came across the word metaverse was when an American novelist by the name Neil Stephenson described a virtual reality. In 1992, the regular internet was just coming up. And this guy, Neil Stephenson, had the foresight to describe a virtual world where people would be together virtually. And he coined the word metaverse from meta, meaning beyond, and verse from the word universe, okay? So
Oh, we seem to be having a little bit of technical issue from Peter's end. He's going to sort that and he will join us in a minute. Please confirm if you can hear me.
Yes, I can.
Okay, absolutely. Yes, Peter will join us in a minute. There seems to be a glitch from his end. So while we wait for Peter, Oluwaseun, are you there?
Oh, yes, I am.
Okay, Oluwaseun, yeah, while we wait for Peter, since he's having issue with his network, could you attend to some of the questions we have on standby?
Okay.
Okay, now there's this question. The question is from, let me confirm that. It's from Emmanuel, who says, okay, we treated Emmanuel's question. Yes, this question says, how do I turn pencil art to NFT? Did you get that, Oluwaseun?
1991. Yes, I got it. 1991. Okay, so if your art is an original art like your own, so if the person really owns it, it is very easy. It is very easy to list your. Is it that to list it for sale or to turn it into NFTs?
It is how to turn pencil art to NFTs.
Okay, to turn your art into NFTs, you need a developer to help you write the code on the blockchain.
Oh, that sounds like a technical long route.
Yes, if you just want to take a picture and sell on the marketplace, you could just take a picture and just list for sale on OpenSea. But to turn your art into NFT, whereby when they buy it, they will get it in their wallet address. You need to write. You need to code.
Oh, okay, right. So let me see if we have another question pending. Yeah, the question here says, which platform is the cheapest to get started?
Started for NFTs, right?
Yes, for NFTs.
Okay, I would say Ethereum blockchain is quite expensive because of the gas fees. Any transaction you are looking at gas fees of about $50, $60 for a person that is just starting. That might be too high for the person. But you can look into Solana NFTs. That one has little or no gas fee. So if you want to start, you can check Solana NFTs. Then the marketplace for Solana NFTs, we have Magic Eden, we have Solanat.io. I'll just type them out here. So you can quickly check and see how Solana NFTs are. Because
okay, you'll be typing that in the chat box, right?
Yes, I'm doing that.
Absolutely. Okay, while you do that, another question just popped in for you, Mr. Oluwaseun. Okay, while you do that, Samson.
Yeah.
Okay, Samson, there's a question for you here. It says, is Forex trading Web3?
Oh, no, Forex trading is not Web3. But I think they have some part of it that is Web3, but it's not basically Web3. Like Forex exchanges is just you trade your dollar for euro, and you trade commodities and the likes. Though they do trade Bitcoin there, but it's not more of a Web3.
Okay, I hope that answers the question. Peter, I saw a flash of your screen now. Are you back for us? Peter, let us know if you're with us now.
Yes, I'm with you now. Thank you.
Okay, so let's proceed from where you stopped. We apologize for the technical issue. So Peter is right here now and is going to continue for where he stopped the other time. So Peter, over to you.
All right, thank you. So I was talking about the Grand Theft game. I said in the game you would have, for those who are familiar with the game, they would have seen how the game is presented very graphically, just as if you are in a city moving around, driving, interacting with other characters. For game, you are not participant in the game. You can only play from your console. You are not inside that game. So in the metaverse, if you are going to be playing in the metaverse, you are going to be inside. All right. So I was giving a description of the virtual reality glasses that you need to interact with the metaverse. Now, this is Oculus Quest 2 that was created by Facebook. They've changed their name now to Meta anyway. So this is Oculus Quest 2. It is like the most popular virtual reality glasses that you can use to interact with the metaverse at the moment. Although it is not available to interact with all existing metaverses, but for the most popular metaverses, you can use this headset to interact with it. All right. So this one that you are seeing here in the middle, this main headset that you are seeing in the middle, is the one that I used to cover your face. All right. That will bring you into the 3D experience. While these two that you are seeing at the side, you are to hold it in your hand. Okay. And that's those are the tools that will help you to initiate movements, interactions, gesticulations, and the rest in the metaverse. All right. So it is very advanced, although there are still improvements that corporations are trying to bring into. Inventors are trying to bring into these virtual reality glasses. They are trying to bring improvements such that you can actually feel. Movements from other people. You can hold objects in the metaverse as though you are holding it physically and throw them around. All right. So there is still very much room for improvement. Okay. So how far along does the metaverse come? Like I said at the beginning, the metaverse is not entirely new, but it is the hype around it that is growing. Okay. And what brings hype is adoption. So when the big guys, the people who can throw billions of dollars into this new, relatively new invention, when they come around and they accept the need for the metaverse, the hype will keep blowing up. Okay. So one of the most popular hypes that we saw around the metaverse is the announcement by the founder of Facebook, Meta. Okay? So instead of seeing, when you open your WhatsApp, instead of seeing WhatsApp by Facebook, you now see WhatsApp by Meta. Instead of opening
Peter. Okay. I believe Peter is working on solving that technical issue. So
Facebook app and seeing Facebook by they've changed the name of their investment.
Okay. We apologize for the issue coming from Peter's end. We hope that will be sorted in a minute. So while we hold on for Peter to be back with us, we are going to move on with some of the questions that we have. Yes, and before we get into the questions, please be aware that we have our social media handles posted in the chat box, and you could follow us. You could check some of the awesome contents that we have on our social media pages. We are on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube. Remember to like our page, and you keep getting delivery of all the contents that we put on. And we assure you that you will not get bored of our content. It's strictly tech and it's strictly information that could develop you and get you ready for the next revolution of technology. Okay, now that that is said, please remember that you can also post your questions in the chat box and we're going to attend to them at the right moment. So there's a question, well, there are lots of questions anyways, but there's this one that I'm thinking our speakers will be able to talk about. Any of the speakers that can answer this, Samson, Oluwaseun, and the question says, where can I get that? Yes, after selling my NFT, how do I convert the Ethereum to money? So after selling my NFT, how do I convert the Ethereum to money? So that's a question. Whichever one of our speakers is willing to take that up.
Okay, hello.
Yes, we can hear you. Please proceed.
Okay, if it is an Ethereum NFT, once after you sell the NFT, you get Ethereum in your wallet, so you can send to Binance. Binance allows for P2P, so you can just you can sell via P2P on Binance. You can sell the Ethereum that you send to Binance from MetaMask to P2P to sell. Do you understand?
All right, thank you for that. Yes, and that brings another question. And we've been hearing mention of Ethereum, and of course we know that there are lots of cryptocurrencies around the web. So is Ethereum the only one used for used on Web3, Metaverse, and NFTs, or are other cryptocurrencies also used in the process?
Like, can I answer that? Can you hear me?
Yes, Samson.
Yeah, it's not only Ethereum actually. We have other network as well. We have Solana, we have Polygon, we have others like that. Ethereum is quite expensive because of the gas fee, because most of the NFTs they're actually like based on Ethereum. So that makes the higher the demand. So the demand is very high. So it makes the gas fee to be very to skyrocket. So there are also other ones like Solana. I think Shane mentioned it before. So we have Solana as well. But the most common one is Ethereum. And they are like to convert your Ethereum to money. There are quite a lot of ways to do that. So there are those that there are some people that actually they would like to get your coin and pay you your this thing that is peer to peer, and they are like you can change it to USD. Then if you can withdraw it directly to your account. But I think there are some actually policy that is restricting some international listings. So those are the ways you can withdraw your funds. So it's not only Ethereum. It's just that most of those projects they were built on Ethereum. So that is why Ethereum is kind of popular like that.
Okay, thank you, Samson, for that answer. Peter, is Peter with us now?
Yes, I'm with you.
Oh, okay, Peter. Could we go over what you were on? Let's continue from where you stopped.
Okay. Can you see my screen? Can everyone see my screen?
Yes, your screen is visible.
All right, awesome. So I said I was talking about Apple working on advanced reality glasses. Then also at the moment Disney, the popular Disney, have their own Disney-themed metaverse. The South Korean government also is working together with a metaverse company to build their own metaverse. Now, when I saw this next one that I want to mention, I was actually very impressed. The country of Barbados, the island of Barbados, they are building an entire embassy in the metaverse. That's the government of a whole country entering into the metaverse. That's awesome. And also, the city of Santa Monica in the USA, they have a direct replica of the architecture of that city in the metaverse. I'm saying, let's take for example, Lagos. Imagine Lagos being exactly represented in the metaverse. That's a lot of work. But they were able to achieve that, and it's even a game. They presented it as a game, such that there are hidden treasures, so to speak, around the city. And people who play in their metaverse, people who go around their metaverse, actually pick up those things. Okay. Now we have various metaverse platforms. There are a lot. There are a lot of metaverse platforms. I just want to run through the most popular. The most popular one is Decentraland, followed by Sandbox. Then we also have Roblox, Axie Infinity, Nifty Island, and the rest of them. Let me show you what Decentraland looks like. If you visit Decentraland on your PC, this is what it looks like, basically. And for you to explore, you don't need to actually sign up or do anything. And you don't even need a virtual reality glass to explore.
Oh, it's like Nigeria has happened to.
Yeah, all you need to.
Okay, Peter, please.
Sorry. Yeah, so once you come to their website, you can just click on start exploring. All right, here's the option here, start exploring. And once you start exploring, you can look around to see what their metaverse. The website for Decentraland's metaverse is decentraland.org, decentraland.org. Okay. This is Sandbox. Sandbox website. Sandbox.game. So once you enter, you can see play, you can see buy land. All right. Some of you might be surprised, buy land. Is it possible to buy land on the metaverse? Is there land on the metaverse? We are going to come to that very soon. Okay. All right. So the metaverse is not just a virtual representation of cities or people or whatever. It actually also has its own economy. So we have metaverse tokens that can be spent in the metaverse. So, for example, I gave the example of Grand Theft Auto. So, in that game, there are tokens that you can use to buy weapons, cars, dresses, like clothes for your avatar. Maybe you want to buy a face cap, you want to change the uniform that your avatar is putting on. You can actually change it. In the metaverse, you would need metaverse tokens to do all of these things. And I just showed you on the Sandbox website that you can actually buy land. Okay, so whenever you want to buy land in the metaverse, you cannot use your physical money. You cannot use Naira. You cannot even use dollar. You need to use the token of that particular metaverse. So for Sandbox, their token is Sand. The name of their token is Sand. For Decentraland, the name of their token is Mana. Okay. Then I mentioned Axie Infinity the other time. Their token is AXS. Then we have ENJ, that's for engine, and ILV for Illuvium. So let me show you a list of metaverse tokens. All right. So here's a list of metaverse tokens. You can see Mana, you can see Sand, AXS, ENJ, ILV. Those are the ones I showed us. Then there are a lot of other metaverse tokens. A lot. Okay. Now, let me show you something else. The current price of Decentraland's token, that is Mana, is 78 cents. All right. Now, at the peak, most of these coins have actually dipped at the moment. They are very cheap at the moment. At the peak, one Decentraland token was as high as $5. As high as $5. Okay. But because of the general market situation at the moment, most of these coins are comparatively cheap to what they were before. This is Sand, the Sand token. It went as high as $7. As high as $7. And right now it's just about $2 thereabout. Here is AXS. AXS went to as, now this is very ridiculous. AXS went to as high as $150. This is even $157 at some point. And right now it is, see, this is $159. $159. And right now it is just a ridiculous $12. Okay. And the list goes on and on. Look at ILV token. Look at ILV token. ILV token went as high as $1,700. $1,800. Yeah, $1,800 for one token. And right now it is just $182. Now, what is the implication of this volatility? I'm going to come to that in a moment. Yeah, so let's talk about virtual estate. That is land in the metaverse. You can actually buy properties in the metaverse because, like I said, the metaverse is virtual representation of physical locations. So the same way you can buy land in Lagos, in Los Angeles, in Las Vegas. You can also buy land. One plot of land. People who have millions of dollars, billions of dollars are actually buying up land and building on it. So if you have the opportunity to buy land on the metaverse, you can actually also build on it. You can build anything you want on your land. So if you have a lot of money to spare, of course, this is not a financial advice. I've shown you that the price of tokens of anything in the metaverse fluctuates, can go up or down. So if you have a lot of money to spare, you can actually buy content. So you can build casinos, you can build houses, anything you want. You need to use code. So you need a developer, a blockchain developer, to help you build whatever you want on your land. And when you are done building, you can rent it out. Okay, the same way people build houses physically and rent it out. So you can also build houses, structures, whatever you want on the land you have bought in the metaverse and rent it out. Okay. Now, how can you make money in the metaverse? So let's assume that you don't have $100 million to buy land and to build on the metaverse. how can you earn money in the metaverse? First way to earn money on the metaverse is what we call play to earn games. Play to earn games, and as metaverse tokens in return, and as the price of those play to earn games is on Axie Infinity. Axie Infinity. So you can do your research on Axie Infinity, the games that they have. And one of the most popular games on Axie Infinity is Titan and Arena. THE. Let me type this in the chat. Let me type this in the chat. Okay, Infinity. And the game that I'm referring to is Titan Arena. It's like a war game. Those of you that love, those of you that have been playing Call of Duty for free can actually switch to Titan Arena to get paid for playing games. All right. So by playing games on the metaverse, you can make money, and you don't need virtual reality glasses to play most of these games. Then I talked about buying land and building and leasing out properties. Then also NFTs. We talked about NFTs in one of the previous sessions. The kind of NFTs that can work in the metaverse are what we call wearables. Okay, let me use this example that everyone can relate with. This game, Subway Surf. Yes, Subway Surf. Almost everybody know Subway Surf. You know, in Subway Surf, you can change the shoe of your avatar. You can change the clothes of your avatar. You can add Googles. You can do anything you want. You can buy skateboard for your avatar, right? So in the metaverse, we also have stuff like this. We call them wearables. So if you are someone that is familiar with blockchain programming, you can actually build wearables that people can buy in the metaverse. And if you go to OpenSea, when you filter your search to metaverse, you see different wearables, thousands upon thousands of wearables for different platforms. All right. Then also freelance jobs. I just mentioned freelance jobs now. I will talk about it with metaverse jobs. If you have access to virtual reality glasses, now I've been mentioning virtual reality glasses. You can actually order virtual reality glasses in Nigeria for as much as 250,000 naira. You can get Oculus Quest 2 for between 250,000 500K, depending on the one you want and what you can afford. All right. So when you have a virtual reality glasses, right, you can actually enter into a metaverse like Decentraland and take up part-time jobs. So for example, you can enter into a casino on Decentraland and take up a job to be showing people around, newcomers in that casino. Can take up a job showing them around, guiding people, assisting people who are playing different games. And I can assure you, game centers in Decentraland are usually packed. Like people are always there. So one way or the other, people would need your help to show them around, help them get stuff. And you can make as much as, if you are consistent with your metaverse job, you can make as much as $1,000, $1,500 in a month just for spending, let's say, 15 hours in a week. 15 hours in a week, 20 hours in a week on your metaverse job, okay? But of course, you need an investment of your virtual reality glasses. And I've told you how much it costs, all right? So because of time, there have been reports of crimes in the metaverse space. Now, because the metaverse space is largely decentralized, there is no police, except you want to take up a job as a policeman. And I don't know if anyone will be willing to pay you for that anyway. So there's no law on the metaverse. There's no law in the metaverse. So some hoodlums take advantage of that to do whatever they want. All right. So you can be in the metaverse and someone can decide to come and harass your avatar. Now, what makes it bad is because if you are using your VR glasses, the things you are experiencing in the metaverse, the things that your avatar is experiencing in the metaverse are actually amplified such that you can also feel it. That's why when people go to recreation centers to play zombie games with the VR glass, it is so scary and they scream because they can, to an extent, feel what is going on inside that game. So there have been reports of harassment, sexual
Okay, this is a little bit awkward. Peter's network is off again, I think. So when he gets back, he's going to round off on his presentation. But while he's away, we have some questions, and we're going to treat some of the questions. There's this question that I think it goes to Oluwaseun. It goes to Oluwaseun. Yes, it says, what determines the price of the NFT? Oluwaseun, did you get that?
Yes, I got it. Which NFT? Is it the one that you own or the one that a project wants to launch?
Okay, can we talk about both quickly?
Okay, the one that you own, it depends on how you value what you want to sell. That totally depends on you. But for projects, it depends on the hype. It depends on the utility. There are some projects that it has maximum utility. There's security problem in Web3 right now. I think Peter just mentioned the security problems too. So there are some projects coming out, and their utilities, their use case is that they want to tighten the security in Web3. So they are quite pricey because of that.
Okay, thank you for that. Thank you for that, Oluwaseun. And I wish we could have Peter back so you could answer some of the questions here for him.
Okay.
Anyway, yes. Well, Peter, could you hold on for a second? Oluwaseun, I was thinking you can clarify this. There's this gossip around about NFT being. Oh, can you hear me, Oluwaseun?
Yes, I can.
Okay, yes, please. I'd like to have your opinion on this. There's this gossip around that NFT is a sort of money laundering channel. I don't know if you've heard something like that before, because some people think the way money is being thrown around NFTs is quite ridiculous. So could you clarify, or let us have your opinion about that gossip? I'm using gossip for it because it sounds like a gossip to me. So could you give your opinion about how NFT is a money laundering channel, allegedly?
Okay. It is very easy to have that opinion, especially when you are not in the space, when you don't understand how the market grows. Of course, there is no space that there's no level of fraud or something. I'm not saying it is it is 100% not true. But then when they mention that they buy a project for, let's say, $100,000, some people will be like, why would you buy something that is very ugly like this for $100,000? What do you even know about it? Okay, now I cited the example of Bored Ape, where I mentioned that there are some celebrities that own Bored Ape. So the utility attached to Bored Ape is that you have the connections alone. It is why people are throwing money into owning one. You can, there are some parties that you'll be able to attend, real life parties that you attend just because you own a Bored Ape. And that's the connection some people are looking for, and they're ready to pay any amount for that kind of connection. So that is just how it is. But of course, there will be cases whereby people are washing money, like money washing. That is very possible. But then, if you are in this space, you really understand that there are, in most cases, it's just because of the hype, because of the utility. That is why people pay so much. The guy that bought Jack's tweet for $2.9 million, he was trying to sell the same NFT. He was trying to sell it, I think, some months back, and he could not even raise up to $1,000. So he bought it. Is in a loss right now. But he bought it because he felt he would be the sole owner of Jack's first NFT tweet. But then he's in a loss now. So that's just the way it is.
Okay,
I think
thank
does that answer the question?
Yes, thank you for clearing that. Of course, like you said, there's going to be side talks about things that people do not really understand. So
Yes,
I suppose that is where this came out from. Okay, yes. It seems metaverse is giving us sort of a buzz with questions around that. Yes, Oluwaseun, are you familiar with metaverse as well? Oluwaseun. Okay, Samson, how about you? Are you familiar with the metaverse?
I was quite familiar with the metaverse, actually.
I didn't get you. Okay, you're not that familiar, but would you agree with me that it's quite an interesting topic, right?
Yeah, actually, it is interesting. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
With today's presentation, I actually plan on actually getting some more knowledge about it.
Absolutely, same as myself. There's this movie that I saw some years ago, Ready Player One. I don't know if anybody else have seen the movie. From my end, it seems like a theatrical representation of what happens on the metaverse. To confirm if I'm not the only one that's seen the movie, can anybody that's seen the movie just speak out?
Yes, I've seen the movie. Very crazy movie.
Okay, so would you say it's like a representation of what happens on the metaverse, of what the metaverse is like?
Yes, that's what the metaverse is like.
Oh, okay, absolutely. So if you've not seen the movie, you could check it out.
They are also making us, right? Yes, I recommend everyone to go check it out.
Okay. So, Peter,
I didn't get the name of the movie.
Ready Player One. I'm going to post the name in the chat so you could check it out. So, Peter, you were rounding off your thoughts the other time, right? Peter. Okay. Nigeria is really happening to Peter's network, and I hope the metaverse will save us from all of this when it's time to get in the metaverse. So, yes, Peter, if you are with us, please let me know because we have a bunch of questions here for you.
All right, so questions can come. I'm done with my presentation actually.
Okay, thank you. I figured that. So, James, this question, it says, how do I get started on metaverse? If you could just, I know you mentioned it earlier, but if you could just brush over it one more time in like a second.
Okay. I gave 2 websites that you can check out to see what the metaverse looks like: decentraland.org and sandbox.game. Okay, so just explore their websites. You don't need anything to.
Okay.
Then also, I recommend that you do some personal research.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, there is no one way to knowledge, and it's always good to spread one's wing.
Boss, how you doing?
Okay. Yes, another question here. Oluwaseun, I think that's your mic, but I'll help you with that. So another question here is for Peter. This question is to Peter. Peter, I hope you can hear me.
Yes, I can.
Yes, it says, do I need to buy properties before I can play games on the metaverse?
For some play-to-earn platforms, before you can make substantial amounts from playing the games, you would need
Oh boy. Yeah, that happens. It happened again. So something
to buy some. The characters are free, but you might, so if you don't have around on, just stick to the free.
Peter, you might have to go back that again. You might have to go back that again because we lost you for a split second there.
Oh. Okay, I said not for some play-to-earn platforms. There are free avatars that you can use to earn, but for others, if you want to earn a substantial amount, you need to buy some special characters to earn. You don't have money to try.
Okay, so I suppose in a nutshell, the words of this popular musician would to come to play here. If you don't get money, hide your face. So you should just find the money to make some money. Okay, yes, I would like to throw this question to all our speakers. What do you think is the future of your respective topic? I mean, how do you see the future? How do you see NFT in the future? How do you think Web3 would be in the future and the metaverse? Do you think do you think there are technologies that could be sustained? Okay, Samson, could we start with you?
Yeah. I think it's like personally, most like I'm not being technical yet. I like the Web3 version of web. You know, the fact that you can do things without being in some restriction. Like you want to make a payment now, you have to be filling your personal information and having to go through maybe government policy and the likes. So you can quickly, just with your token and the likes, you can make transactions, you buy and sell, and you can actually make quite a lot of money with Web3. Though they actually, I think recently now they have been marketing this Web5 of the thing, but Web3 I think is yet to stay. Right, it's yet to stay because a lot of people are finding it very, very easier, and a lot of companies now they're actually transforming to Web3.
Awesome. Yes, thank you. So Oluwaseun.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Okay, yes. I think it is what everybody wants, especially with what we've seen with Web 2, as all these giants like Google, YouTube, as they were stealing our data. You need to put your profile online, they steal your data and they sell to make money. And we are not getting anything. We are not getting anything from our own data that they are selling. So Web3 has been able to curb that, because we don't need to set any profile, just connect your wallet and you'll be able to do so many things. As in, that's permissionless transaction is what everybody wants. And also regarding NFTs, the truth is the three, they go together, because Web3, NFT, metaverse, without NFT, metaverse will not be as superb as it should be. Without Web3, there won't be NFTs. So they just go hand in hand, and I think we are still very early. That is why it's good to set up a program like this so that people can be aware of the opportunity, because it's not easy for Facebook to just abandon what they've been building. They've been building on metaverse now for close to 7 years. So it's not easy for, everybody knows who Mark is. Mark is someone that has a foresight and is ready to go into anywhere he sees opportunity. So we should also seize this opportunity and do more research and get into it while we are still early. It won't be very easy because a lot of people too are also getting into it, but then it will pay on the long run. You need to get on Twitter, see what people are talking about, follow the right people. Then from there, you'll be glad you did, really. That's just my input on that.
All right, thank you so much, Oluwaseun. Peter, quickly, because we are really running out of time, could you tell us what do you think the future of the metaverse is?
All right. With the future fast approaching us, actually, there is no much time, and 2020 has taught people a lot of lessons. The whole lockdown and stuff.
Right.
People were forced to work from home. So I believe that as the metaverse continues to advance, it would help large corporations have I don't know the English to use now. Like, if, for example, you are working in a big company where you are supposed to have meetings, and for some reason you cannot move out, with the metaverse, you can have access. As a family man, if you are away from your family for whatever reasons, or even from your friends, not even your own immediate family, your good friends who are scattered all over the world, the metaverse would enable you guys to connect in a way that is almost as real as being together physically. People will find it to in any part of the world, because it will limit the need for travel when there is no need. So I believe that the metaverse is actually a very, very welcome technology, because it helps us to connect in more real ways instead of being at a distance. So, like it has already been said, we are very, very early. And even if you don't want to invest in the metaverse to be a participant, you can actually invest to make money for yourself, because as the noise increases, the money follows the noise. All right. So
yes, wonderful. Thank you so much. So in a nutshell,
whether you want to be a participant in the metaverse or whether you want to make money, you can enter into the metaverse.
All right. So I believe to sum up what you just said, the metaverse is going to help it's going to bridge connections. It's going to make being physical even being physical over the internet is going to make it closer. You know, well,
Yes.
I watch a lot of science fiction. So there's this thing in, I think, Star Trek now. This hologram thing that they used to communicate. Yeah, I think the metaverse is going to bring that to reality and
Yeah,
make it
it's
even
in Star Wars
real.
too. Yeah.
In Star Wars too. Yeah, in Star Wars too. Okay. Well, maybe the next thing we're going to be experiencing will be the likes of the Millennium Falcon flying over us and someone owning the Millennium Falcon. Okay, so yes, I think we can put a pin into all the talk since 10 o'clock right now. It's 12 o'clock and we try not to shoot above the time frame so we could get to do other things. But we have this question on that some of the listeners presented. It says, will we get the recording? That's recording of this webinar. Yes, the webinar is being recorded. It's online, streaming live right now. And after the webinar, we're going to provide a link for the program to be watched over again. And also, someone asked if he or she could learn data entry. Yes, you can learn a lot of things, not only about data entry or analysis from Techpadi Africa. You can also learn other programs like web design, graphics, web development, technical writing. We have a whole lot of programs that we provide that we can teach. But you have to send us an email. Shoot us an email at techpadi.africa. That is hi at techpadi.africa, or you can send an email to press@techpadi.africa. That's press, PRESS, at techpadi.africa. So any email sent to those addresses will be attended to ASAP. So yes, there it is. We are going to be rounding it off now. We thank all those that participated, all our listeners from all over. We thank our speakers, Samson, Oluwaseun, and Peter. We appreciate you for your time. Thank you for the lessons and everything. And also all the team members from Techpadi Africa. Yes, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for putting this together from the top of the hierarchy, Mr. Paul. Yes, thank you so much for bringing us all together and being such an awesome boss. And thank you to Mariam. Mariam, yes, thank you. Thank you so much for this platform. So we're running this off now. Remember, you can follow us on our social media platforms to get more scoops from all the things that we do as Techpadi Africa. And our website is there, always up. We have amazing content up on our website at techpadi.africa. So do well to like our pages and follow us. And we are using this to celebrate our 2-year anniversary. So we are celebrating. Yes, this month is going to be a month of celebration for us at Techpadi Africa, and we are inviting you to join us in the celebration. So we will be having some other awesome programs in the future, and we're going to communicate everything to you. Also, in the chat box, I left a link where you can give us your feedback. So you let us know what you would like us to improve on and the things you notice about this webinar. Yes, your feedback is absolutely important to us, and we're going to work on all the feedback we get. So thank you so much on behalf of Techpadi Africa. Thank you for listening to us, and do enjoy the rest of your day. Bye, everyone.